What is up, everybody? We're apologize for the delay. Had some technical difficulties, but that wasn't going to stop us. It's UFC
Damn.
300. It's the main card. Dana White said fighter bonuses get to 300,000. Oh my goodness, what a week! What a week!
Bro, that gave me chills when he said that. All the
A
fighters were all hyped
250,000 raise. That's
for like
insane.
6 or 7 of them things. He's throwing out an extra milli out there. That just shows the magnitude of this card, how special this card really is. We've been knowing this, but for anybody that doesn't follow the sport closely, this has got to tell you, this is a big time card. I've got to ask you before we hop into the fights, kind of a silly question, but does the bonus going up to 300,000 change the way you look at any of your predictions? Because I mean, guys might go for it more. Like I think of a Moicano, who's usually going to grapple, try to take the back. Does he try to stand and bang and get a knockout now for 300 grand? I don't know. I mean, it seems kind of silly, but I mean, this is their job.
You definitely do. You definitely do. I mean, a lot of these fighters are big name fighters. I don't think much of them are kind of on show win money at this point in their careers. So, I mean, your money's guaranteed. Yeah, I go in there and get a knockout. Fuck it. I mean, unless you're fighting for something, obviously, like we have 2 title fights. You gotta defend your belt. You gotta do what the game plan calls for. But if I'm these, I mean, obviously Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway, they come in to do what they do. But if I'm an Oliveira, if I'm an Arman Sariokian, who don't really stand and bang and get the highlight knockouts, I might think about doing that.
Dude, imagine Diego Lopes. He's got to be on like a 20 to show, 20 to win contract right now since he's newer. Yeah. This is his 4th fight in the promotion. If he were to go out there and get
$300,000,
that's life-changing, bro. I think that's what Mighty Mouse was getting after his like 7th title defense.
Yeah, nuts. Yeah, let's get right into it. Our main card. We did the preview show for our prelims on Tuesday. If you guys want to go back and watch that, this is our main card. Kicking it off, we have Bo Nickel and Cody Brundage. Bo Nickel minus 2,500. Always big lines when he fights. 5-0 versus Cody Brundage 10-5. Here's a tell the tape right here. The thing that just amazes me with Bo Nickel is the lines that he gets and the respect that he gets. Do I think he's going to win? Yes, but just these lines are absurd. I feel like maybe I just missed that. Maybe I'm just not understanding and seeing how dominant he is. And he is. I mean, he has big wins, but he has a lot of easy wins. But there's so many guys that have done this their first 4 or 5 fights that don't get the respect of this line that he gets.
Dude, I completely agree with you. We've got Classic Commotion saying Brundage is trash. Not going to disagree with you there. His last win was kind of impressive against Zach Reese making his debut. But before that, he won by getting elbowed in the back of the head. Lost a couple fights before that one. And I think with Bo Nickel, I agree where he shouldn't deserve to be the biggest favorite of all time. But he's just such a world-class athlete. He was 1 wrestling match away from representing the U.S. in the Olympics in freestyle wrestling. He's one of the greatest college wrestlers of all time, probably top 10, top 15. And it's kind of like what we say with Suga, but maybe to an even higher extent. This dude's just an elite world-class athlete. And from everyone you hear around him, he's locked in. He's training 24/7. It's all he really cares about. So I think until Bo really gets that challenge, we're going to keep seeing lines that are pretty nuts for him.
Is it more so Bo Nickel that's getting these lines, which a lot of it is obviously him, or is it the opponents that he's fighting? So I guess my question is, what would his lines be if he was fighting someone in the top 10, top 15?
I think it depends on the fighter. I think there's a few strikers in there where he would probably still be favored. But if you put him up against a guy like Chris Curtis, I probably like Chris Curtis just stylistically with that elite takedown defense. And in Bo Nickel's fight against Jamie Pickett, it wasn't a walk in the park until he kneed Pickett in the balls. So that kind of that lingers in the back of my head with these because Cody Brundage, let's see, we got We got Classic Commotion spitting some facts here. Brundage pulls guillotine and may have the worst fight IQ of any fighter that's been in the UFC for 3+ years. I'll fight Brundage. Shit, hard to disagree, but he does have a couple wins in the promotion. He's 4-4, so I don't know. I mean, if you're in the UFC for 3+ years, you've got to be doing something right. I do agree that this isn't really a close fight. But Brundage, he was a solid wrestler. He wrestled in college. He made the NCAAs twice, not Division One. But I think I'm interested, bro. I just want to see how that first takedown attempt goes for Bo Nickel. And then
Yeah. How many fighters in the middleweight division are favorites over Bo Nickel?
Oh, man, that's so crazy to say about a guy that has 3 fights in the UFC. But like we said, this guy just has the nuts hype. I heard Brundage say in his presser, everyone's acting like this guy's the second coming of Jesus Christ, and Vegas makes it look that way with the odds right here. Let me pull out the UFC rankings. I would say about 12, maybe 13.
Wow.
What say you?
I mean, again, it's all off, like you said. It depends on the matchup. Let me get the rankings out here. I don't think he's. I mean, fuck, the way they give him the lines. I mean, you think about striker versus wrestler, the way that they're respecting his wrestling. Is he not favored versus Rodriguez or Sean Strickland?
I can't. They're both too good in the
I mean,
rest.
I know that, but like, I mean, his dude's minus 3,000, minus 2,000, minus 2,500 all the time.
Yeah, it's nuts. You really don't see this unless it's like a Nurmagomedov fighting in one of his first fights in the promotion.
What
It's
is
just,
Bo Nickel Hamzat Shemaev line today?
bro, you know I'm not big on Hamzat striking, but in terms of the common man, how Vegas would look at it, if I had to guess, I would say Hamzat minus 180.
Whoa, I don't think so.
You think it would be bigger?
No, it'd be a closer line. It'd be like Hamzat minus 130.
That's crazy, bro. Bo's like I can't disagree with you, but we've never seen Bo beat a ranked opponent in the UFC. Cody
Yeah,
Brundage
no,
said,
I 1,000% agree. I'm just going with like the lines that he gets. It shows me that the respect that they have. So like, you don't go from being minus 2,500 fighting a UFC veteran to now you're plus 140. Like, I don't think it's gonna go like that. The lines that they show me, that they show they respect him. You look at like a lot of people on this card, like Dang Wali's minus 500. So like,
yeah,
Bo Nickel has a way better chance than Zhang.
it could also
Like,
be
it's just,
that, yeah, it could be because Cody Brundage wins most of his fights by grappling, but it's not like he's that great of a grappler. So there's really just not a path to victory for him here. If I were to see a path, I would say Brundage punches him in the face and Bo doesn't like it because we haven't seen Bo in any kind of trouble yet. And it's hard to know how he'll react. If I had to guess, he's probably been in some hard sparring rounds with really good guys where he's gotten hit and he does know how to deal with that. You just don't know. If you had to predict a round, you think Bo gets it done in the first?
Yeah, first.
Yeah, me too. And we saw him live and in person at 290. I think we were both kind of saying like, hey, might have to sprinkle just a tad on Val here, but he looked pretty good on the feet.
Yeah, he did look really good on the feet. I mean, especially with the 300 bonus being added. But like, yeah, I think he gets it done in the first. It'd be interesting to see how many of those bonuses he gives away. It's a lot. You could be a lot more generous when it's 50K as opposed to 300K. I feel like if it's 300K, we only need to give away like 2 or 3.
I heard Dana say 1.2 million in bonuses, so that would be 4 of them.
Yeah.
To You give 2 for fight of the night, 1 knockout bonus, 1 performance bonus.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot more bonus-worthy performances than that, though. That's going to be hard to narrow it
You
down.
never know, dude. The night goes well. You know how Danny gets on there and starts dropping money, so he could give away a bunch.
You think he was already planning on raising it to 300,000, or do you think that was just a spur of the moment? Fuck it, I'm hyped. Let's get
I don't
everyone
know.
more hyped.
I think he was gonna raise it for sure, but $300,000? That's fucking nuts.
Dude, at first, one of the fighters, they said double it. So that would have been 100K. And then another fighter was like, no, triple it. And then I think Max or someone said, no, 300,000, 300,000. They all start yelling that. And he goes, all right, 300,000.
That's crazy.
Bro, yeah. What other
how do you see Bo winning here?
I kind of think knockout. I think since Brundage is good on the ground, Bo might try to stand with him, and he might honestly be a better striker than Brundage. So I think it could kind of be like the Val Woodburn fight where he doesn't even shoot for a takedown.
Great fight to kick the night off. Our next fight, we got Charles Do Bronx Oliveira versus Arman Sardayukian. Tell the tape here. Not much needs to be said about both guys. We both know what they bring to the table, who they are. Oliveira plus 180 here. Sardayukian minus 220. Me personally here, I am all over Charles Do Bronx Oliveira for the plus money until it's wrong. But you look at his last fights. I mean, beat Michael Chandler, beat Poirier, beat Gaethje. What a run he went on. Everyone knows that run he went on. Lost to Islam by sub. Didn't really take any damage. And then comes out and knocks out Benny Dariush in the first round. I still think he's that guy who he was. I mean, he ran into a buzzsaw on Islam. There's levels. I think it's Islam, Charles, everybody else. I think Charles is closer to 1 than he is to 3, personally. So I'm all over Charles here for the plus money. This line's disrespectful.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but then I started just like breaking it down category by category. And I don't really know where Charles is better than Sardayukian. And I like Charles more. Charles is one of my favorite, not one of my like top 5 favorite fighters, but I'd say he's top 10, top 15. I like the guy a lot, but I just think Sardayukian is really, really, really good. I know the trend lately in this lightweight division, everyone's been getting fraud checked. The vets have been taking out the young up-and-comers. But I don't know if Sardayukian really falls into that category because him and Charles have the same last opponent. And if you look at their fights against Islam, Sardayukian was 23 years old and he fought Islam much better than Charles did. So I started putting those things together and I see exactly why Vegas has the odds at what they do. I mean, Charles he's been on a heater. He's won, I think, 12 out of his last 13 fights. But I don't know, man. I just don't see where he gets it done. Because in those fights against Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, he got dropped in those fights. But they were so scared to engage with him in the grappling and go down on the ground. They just kind of let Charles recover, and then Charles caught him in a crazy exchange on the feet. But I don't think Arman's going to worry about that one bit. I think he'll do what Islam did and just dive on top of him and start going to work.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, you look at the win streak that he's on. He's still that guy. Look at who he's lost to diminish that streak. I just still think you have to take this for the plus money for the odds. I think he's still that guy. So I'll take my chances that he is.
Yeah, very, very good odds for Charles. And
yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't moved more. I thought they would have moved a lot towards Oliveira just because he is such a fan favorite and he's been on such a heater lately. Sardayukian's not that well known.
Yeah, definitely. Our next fight, BMF title of the world, 2 of the baddest motherfuckers to ever do it. Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. To tell the tape there. No words need to be said about how tough and who these guys are. Just truly legends. The fact that we get to see this fight is going to be something special. Definitely on everyone's favorite for fight of the night. Going to be amazing to watch. I personally don't want either guy to lose, but I'm big on Justin Gaethje here. I'll just take the guy who's been in these wars at this division. Max has been in his wars. No discredit to him. He's a fucking warrior. But I'm just gonna go with the bigger guy, used to this weight class, used to the weight cut, used to the weight. I gotta go Gaethje here.
Yeah, man. Everything, a lot of signs. I think I said it on our preview show on Tuesday. A lot of signs point towards Gaethje on this one, but I can't do it, man. Max is in my top 2 favorite fighters ever. He's just a great guy. He's a warrior. I got a couple Max stats that I have to read off. I got to give him his flowers. So he made his UFC debut when he was 19 years old against Dustin Poirier. Crazy. At 19 years old, he did lose, but anyway, he was here. He had a 13-fight win streak at one point, all the way from when he fought McGregor to the second time he fought Dustin. He did beat Oliveira back in 2015. People forget about that one. It wasn't much different, Charles Oliveira. And then this one's crazy to me. So Max has the most significant strikes in UFC history. That's not the crazy part. The crazy part is that he has 1,300 more than second place. He has landed 1,000 more shots than any other fighter in UFC history. And then you talk about so that's significant strikes. My bad. Total strikes. He has 900 more than the second place guy. And the second place guy is GSP. So chances are most of those were on the ground. Not like Max, standing and banging. To be fair, I think he does have the most strikes absorbed as well. And that's tough, dude. The one sign that points me in Max's direction on this one. So BMF title, fight, keyword title. The mathematical equation that's been too right to even, it doesn't make sense how correct this has been. Fighters over 35 years and 35 years and older in the 170 and below divisions are 1-27 in title fights. So this is technically a title fight. Gaethje's 35 years old. Max is 32. And I don't know, dude. Usually my gut will tell me, like, it'll point me in the opposite direction in a case like this. But my gut's telling me Max. I don't even really have a logical reason to put it out there. He's a dog. He's a warrior. He's younger. He's moving up in weight class. He's going to be bigger, stronger. I hope he doesn't lose speed because of it. I am kind of scared of that. And maybe cardio too, because his cardio has always been one of his best weapons. And hopefully he still has as good of cardio with more weight. And I'm just so excited for this. So you said you got Gaethje winning. Obviously, Max has never even been knocked down in his UFC
This is
career.
5 rounds, right?
Yes. Do you think that Gaethje could crack Max Holloway's chin? Could he be the first one? Or do you think he just wins in a war, kind of like how Dustin did when he beat Max?
I mean, yeah, I think it's a war, but just 5 rounds of those dudes just going at it? Fuck. That's someone's leaving with fucking concussion. So it's them dudes to the hospital, both of them.
I'm nervous already, bro. That fight, every other fight, I'm excited, but that fight, I'm nervous just because I like both of them so much, and I don't want to see either of them get terribly injured. I saw Gaethje, and also I think Gaethje's he's never going to say it, but he might be overlooking Max a little bit just because of the size. Did you see the clip where Gaethje said, I'd rather just get a doctor's stoppage or break his arm on one of my kicks rather than knock him out? Just because he likes him so much. Sounds like kind of, thinks he's going to beat him no matter what. Not really that tough. Kind of looking ahead to Islam. In this sport, that's when you get knocked the fuck out, or that's when you get made look like a fool. Just gotta put that out there.
All right. Yeah, that's definitely everyone's favorite fight of the night.
One more.
Gonna be crazy to watch.
My bad. I got one more Max stat. So Max is 32 years old. He has 28 UFC fights. That's nuts. I mean, obviously not the most fights of all time or anything like that, but our main event, Jamal Hill and Alex Pereira, they have 14 combined fights between the two of them. So Max has twice as many fights on his own than the main event has between the two of them together. I don't know, just a little cool Easter egg.
Yeah. Our second title fight of the night, we have Zhang Weili defending her belt versus Yan Xiaonan, two Chinese fighters. Here's a teletape here, very similar in height and reach. This one's tough because you look at the teletape, you look at just the records a lot, and you look at the lines. Everything in you wants to put money on Yan Xiaonan, which I believe I am putting money on Yan Xiaonan just a little bit. But you look at, I mean, she lost to Marina Rodriguez, got knocked out by Carla Esparza. That's the one for me that's kind of like But the big win versus Jessica Andrade, that's the one. That's the one that put her on the map. That's the one who got her this fight. I think that's a great win. Maybe she's trending up here. You look at Zhang Weili, subbed Carla Esparza, beat Amanda Lemos. And then obviously her two losses to Rose, and then her war versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I gotta put money on Jan here just because of the line. I just have to. I feel like she can get it done. I don't think it's out of the world. She gets it done.
I think on the feet, Jan might. No, I'm not gonna say she's better than Zhang on the feet, but she can definitely compete. She has a chance to knock her out. I think she's a really clean, crispy striker, especially for a striker in the women's division. But like you said, literally the key note that I had written down for this one, way bigger than everything else, is that Jan lost to Marina Rodriguez and Carla Esparza.
Yeah.
I just don't see her getting the job done simply because of those reasons. I'm out. Shark Tank type shit.
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, I'm gonna put money on it, but yeah, that one kind of made me less confident. But yeah, I think we see a and still here.
All right, is it time for the main event of the evening?
It's time, baby. Alex Poatan Pereira versus Jamal Sweet Dreams Hill making his return. The light heavyweight title is on the line, baby. Oh my goodness. Look at these guys. Similar in height, similar in reach. Two striking masters of the sport. Gonna be beautiful, beautiful to watch. I love Jamal Hill. I do love Jamal Hill.
Yep.
Me and Izzy had our beef, but we're good now. I mean, me and Pereira had our beef, but we're good now.
During the Izzy time.
Yeah. But yeah, man, there's too many times since the Izzy fight I've bet against Pereira and he's lost me money. And I told myself this time I wasn't going to do it. And I'm going to bet on Alex Pereira here just because I think it's a striking matchup. I mean, we haven't seen him lose any of those.
There's one.
Yeah, we saw him lose one, but I mean, Jamal Hill coming off injury. I just got to go Alex Pereira, man. That left hand is something special.
Bro, when your front hand provides lights out power like that, that is just not fair, bro. You could throw a check hook and knock somebody out clean with it. Or just a left hook, nothing behind it, just kind of throws it out there asleep. Just like that.
Yeah.
If Jamal Hill is to stand with Poatan, I don't like it for him either. But
I just hate that. It's just a bad matchup because he's coming off an Achilles injury, a lower leg injury, and what does Alex do? He just chops your fucking legs.
I think Jamal almost has to, like, you don't even have to try to Khabib him, but if you just take him down, land some shots on the ground, make him work his way back up to the feet, kind of like Yuri did against him. Obviously, it didn't work great for Yuri, but
yeah,
there's a chance. And I think Jamal is going to be checking those kicks. They're still going to hurt, but Jamal's always had really good. He just has really good eyes and instincts, reaction time, counters. I feel like he's always been very, very, very dialed in on that. So I'm probably rooting for Jamal in this one, to be honest, kind of going against the grain. Everyone seems like they're big on Poatan right now, but they forget, bro. Jamal's one of the most entertaining fighters on the roster. When he was making his rise to the title, there's a reason that he got the call when Yuri had to pull out due to injury. Bro, people kind of are making it sound like Jamal's the longtime UFC guy in this one, but they have the same amount of fights in the promotion, which is kind of crazy to me. That one's weird. And Pereira's fought better dudes, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I like in this fight, the over under 1.5 is like minus 170. It's a lot of juice, but I like that a lot. I think that they're both too good to get finished in the first.
Yep.
And then at that point, you gotta survive 2.5 more minutes, which I think they can do. So I'm all over that one.
I completely agree with you there. Anytime it's two very elite guys, it's a hard thing to do to bet on the fight ending in under a round and a half.
Yeah, exactly. We want to get the main card bets up here. Here we go. I told you we're going to be barking a little bit. We got Charles Oliveira plus 180, 50 to win, 90. We're going to go big on Justin Gaethje. We're going to risk 100 to win, 62. We're going to throw a little spreaker on Yan Zhaonan at plus 265, 30 to win, 100. And then we're going to go big on Alex Pereira, 100 to win, 74. Our parlay is going to be Justin Gaethje minus 160, Hill and Pereira over 1.5 minus 170, and Pereira minus 135. That parlay is plus 349. We're going to risk 50 on that to win 174. So we have our full, we'll get our full card up here now with our prelim bets and our main card bets from Tuesday. Get that up here. Here we go. So here's our full card. I'm not going to reread that back for you. We do have a full card parlay. We're going to go Figgy and Garbrandt over 1.5. Bobby Green to win. I'm going to throw a little, I got a little ballsy. I'm going to throw Oliveira to win. And then I told you how much I like that Pereira Hill over 1.5. So we're going to go that. That is plus 918, 50 to win 459. We have a lot of money on the line here, folks. A lot big weekend. We're saving up for this. As requested by my co-host here, we have a round parlay. So we got Figgy Garbrandt over 1.5, Aljo Cater over 2.5, Hill and Pereira over 1.5, Turner Moicano over 1.5. It's plus 627, 50 to win 313. Now, with Dana giving the bonus thing, it kind of scares me. I have everything over here. Kind of scares me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's true, bro.
Yeah, but you know, I like what I like. Maybe next week I'll like all unders. It just depends.
Yeah, dude, just because a lot of very high skilled fighters with high stakes on the line, UFC 300 in front of the world, you're not going to just be lunging into stuff, risking yourself getting knocked out. But when they put 300 grand on the line, it changes things.
Exactly. Man, what a weekend it's going to be. I can't wait. I know you can't wait. It's finally here. Everyone enjoy it, man. Enjoy it.
And then what better way is there to spend your Sunday hungover from UFC 300 than watching the Masters at the most beautiful golf course in the whole entire world, man? Before we get out of here, you got a Masters winner? I got mine.
Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, I'm going Brooks. Just had a baby. Just had a baby.
Big. What's he at right now?
I got him for, I think, plus 1,600. I bet 2 to win 32. So would that be 1,600 or 2,000 maybe?
Not bad. 1,600, yeah.
Yeah.
16 times 2.
Yep. Hey, we were never great at school math, but get us in betting math. A+ students.
Facts. Everyone, hope you enjoy the fights. Stay safe. Hope you don't lose all your money, win some money, but just enjoy it. A spectacle of the sport. If you're not a fan, watch it. If you know someone that's not a fan, tell them to come over and watch it. I promise you, you won't be disappointed.
Not one bit, man. A lot of new UFC fans going to be created Saturday night.
All right, we're out.
Stay safe. Bet responsibly. Doses.